Real quick, just want to say this video is not intended for kids, as The Sims 4 is rated T14 and I use graphic mods. And then Jessica's not, so losing a death of a friend. Like I said, she's either gonna go out by old age or she's gonna go out by zombie virus. One of those. Hello, my beautiful lovelies. It is a special day.
I'm trying to forget your promise, the one where you and I'd be honest. I hate the way you love me. You play my heart like a broken record, skipping beats and turning me over. I hate the way you love me. I'm falling again, the things that you said that got me up all night. First you said that you love me, then it's all done, we both need to stop trying. I don't know which way's up, forgetting my head out loud, I'm losing my mind. There's no going to end it this time. There's no good and a good. No, I won't let you hold me for one more night, when I know that the two of us together ain't right. It's alright, all I want is love, not a lie. There's no good and a good. No, I won't, no, I can't understand why you keep breaking my heart, but I keep on loving till someone can hail these scars. Help me find you and I were my favorite lie. There's no good and a goodbye.
So, I haven't uploaded all of the pre-shot, what's it called? Zombie Apocalypse when I'm shooting this. But this is the first episode of Zombie Apocalypse, after, the mod update. So, first things first, you're probably wondering, who is that? Who is that guy? Well, this guy here is, if you remember from one of the later episodes, assuming you, because this will obviously come out later, and that will be out first, but one of the later episodes, we rescued some kids from, what's it called? From the Houses and Get Famous, the celebrity kids, yeah. So this is one of the sons. He was a child, remember? Well, so he was about 13 when that happened. He's now about to be 20. It's his birthday. So let me explain. It's been, from the last episode to this one, it has been 7 years in the Sims world. That's a long time. So I'm just going to explain something real quick. So he's obviously here. Remember that woman who we put the kids with to raise them? She's dead. Yeah, she died, and there's a story behind that, and I will go into their story first, because a lot has happened. So obviously we have the kids here. Now you're asking, there were only two. Now I'm sure you're wondering, there are only two. Well, this is Alfredo Swan, and this is Lucille Swan. Their father was Ricky. Ricky is dead, though, so there's the story behind that. The graves are right out front, because it's very rare we get Sims graves at the whole zombie apocalypse, and we wanted to properly mourn them. Now, Ricky died very, very recently. It was only just yesterday, basically, so they're still mourning Ricky's death. Now, you're probably wondering, why? What happened to Ricky? Well, this is their mother, Masami. That was her name. I forget what her last name used to be, but she was Swan. Ricky and her got married. After people kind of regrouped, Ricky met up with her to help take care of the kids. They fell in love. They had Lucille and Alfredo. Unfortunately for them, Masami was kind of on her own with, what are their names? Romario Bunny and Kinley Bunny. So she was kind of on her own. And unfortunately, while she was on her own, she got bit by a zombie. So unfortunately for her, while we were doing all that stuff before they met up again, she got hit by a zombie. And the unfortunate thing is that she didn't have Sheila to help cure her, help make the proper curing to prolong her disease. So she was already almost gone when Ricky found her, and it was sad because they fell in love. And while this was going on, and then he spent the past 7 years. He locked her up in this room up here, this storage room that he in this house that he basically locked her in here. And right outside we have the technology he was basically using to try and cure the disease. He was trying to cure her. He really was. He wanted to save her life. He was that in love with her that he was willing to save her life instead of mercy kill her. Unfortunately, she eventually was she was so far gone with the disease that she was actually starting to turn blue by the 7th year. So instead of letting her become a zombie, Ricky poisoned her. He thought it was more merciful than letting her become a zombie to poison her, so she died of poison. Ricky then, heartbroken, even though he knew he would be leaving his son and daughter behind, he was so heartbroken he actually took the remainder of the poison. He took it himself, and this was last night while the kids were sleeping. So now they're mourning because they woke up and found their father dead. And obviously, these two are sad because Masami's dead, but also they're sad because Ricky, who also helped raise them, is dead. So he's about to become an adult, though. He was 13 at the time. He's now about to be 20, as it's 7 years later. She was, obviously, here's her mother, her aunt, Ariana Grande. She's dead. She's a zombie. And her mother, Nikki Bunny. Nikki actually is a zombie too. I'm not sure why it's not showing her as one, but she did get turned into a zombie, so she's dead too. We're gonna go into the world real quick. I want to show you everything, so because there's been a lot of updates. We'll continue with him making his birthday egg in a second, because he's about to be an adult. But a lot has happened in 7 years. The virus has pretty much mutated out of control, and to the point that the government had to do a mass culling of all Sims. The Sims that weren't infected basically got by, and Masami was hidden, so she wasn't killed by the government. But then we also go to like the Barrier family. Crash married Tanya. They fell in love and they got married. Tanya and him had their first daughter, Araceli. Araceli then had her daughter, not Araceli, had her daughter. Then later down the line, Tanya and Chad had their other daughter, Rio. Over to the Stone family. Sheila's an adult now, so is Greg. Because of their adventure, Sheila missed out on most of her children's childhood. And now Cherish and Deborah are young adults themselves, so she missed out pretty much on their entire childhood. And she came in at the end of after the whole separation came in at the end of their years. If we go to our crew in Oasis Springs, as you can see, they're kind of spread out because they survived off of the less amount of zombies from the mass genocide that the government did. I think we'll call it a culling because genocide is such a horrible word. But over here we have Shannon. She met this. Okay, so I have stories for you guys, so I should probably explain stories because I read them. So the apocalypse has taken a toll on Shannon. Her daughter Sherry has now reached teenage years. Yeah, Sherry's a teenager. That's how long it's been. She was like, what, 9 when this happened? She's now 16. It's taken teenage years and has turned into a mess. She is a freegan now. Not that that's bad, but Shannon wanted much better for her, and that's because Sherry being the child of Sheila, and after Sheila became immune, because Cherish and Deborah they were born before Sheila technically became immune to the virus. So, because of being the only child Sheila had after she became immune to the original virus, high hopes that she would be able to manufacture a cure someday. But she's kind of turned into a nice. She's very much about Mother Earth and not save the zombies, but try to civilize the zombies in a way. So she's kind of taking a different path. She doesn't understand what this world has become. But she's over here, she's a cheerful and a freak, and she wants to be a mutual innovator. She wants to kind of better the world. But she's a freak, and now, not that Shannon wanted much better things for her. Shannon also married a man, and she met, so that old office in Deloso Valley, she went back there for a bit to get some supplies, and that's where she met this guy, who she met in an old office building, and they recently had two kids, Maxie, and Kelly Styles, and Maxie Styles. And this is the guy she met, Felix Styles. He's apparently been existing in the world for a while. That's the story, at least. And he was on his own, and then he met Sheila. They kind of fell in love and got married, spur of the moment thing. Their wedding was actually really amazing. What they basically did was they got married, and then they kind of bungee jumped from the building and killed the building they got married at, and then killed all the zombies out in front of it. It was a interesting little effect. But we go over to this family. This family also were from Delta Valley. They weren't originally named to the story. They kind of are named now, later on. But we have the Lappin family. Now, I technically put a bio in there because I didn't, when I uploaded them, if anybody follows me, I didn't want them to know that they were named to the story. So I changed, their bio is that their family died in a fire, but the actuality is their fire was started by them to kill their family the rest of their family who had turned into zombies. So unfortunate, but that's the case. And then we go over here, this is Blanchard. Now, I should probably know one thing. Rosa has been suffering for a while. So Rosa was bitten some point or another, and she's been kind of keep delaying turning into a zombie by using first aid spray. But she will eventually, unfortunately, turn into a zombie. She met her husband, Logan Canvas. Their story is interesting. So I'm gonna read about the bio. Rosa met a man and shared a kiss, and they woohooed, and they were supposed to be a one-night stand. But then Cody was born. Cody is their oldest. Cody was born, and she tracked him down and explained the situation, and they got married. They aren't that in love yet, but they more married for Cody's sake. However, then Kira, their youngest toddler, the youngest now a toddler, was born, and they don't know if they can keep this up, especially because Rosa's dealing with the fact that she is delaying being turned into a zombie. She's been delaying it for a while, so that's a thing for her, and she's really struggling with the fact that she will one day become a zombie, and she wants to make sure her kids have a better life. If we go over to Wolford family, Lacey settled down with the guy she met in Delta Valley, which is Justin. He changed his name to her last name because he was that devoted to her. Lacey also was bitten very recently, actually, very, very recently. So she's kind of delaying her transformation with the first aid spray. She had two kids long before she was bitten. This is Eve and Adam. The reason they named their kids Eve and Adam is they kind of see themselves as one of the last, after the story killed most of the population being the government did. They were like, okay, we gotta repopulate. So what better to name our children Adam and Eve? So that was what their goal is. Obviously the dad dyes his hair, so that's why the kids don't have their dad's hair, because there is no blue color for kids. Well, that's technically not true. One of the hairstyles that came with Nifty Knitting, I don't know if that was supposed to happen or if it was a glitch, but it has blue hair coloring. It also has white hair coloring and a couple of others. I don't understand that. I think that's a bug that he needs to fix, but because there's never been a thing before. but technically one hairstyle for impending has color options that aren't naturals. But they're very much in love. Let me read their biography. So, Lacey Wolfric and Justin Wolfric see themselves as necessary to repopulating during the apocalypse. They named their firstborn children accordingly, naming them Adam and Eve. Adam is creative but a hothead and destroys his art in a tantrum. He's trying to be honest, but he's such a critic of himself. Eve is a recycler disciple and often cleans up the world the best she can in an attempt to make her apocalyptic home beautiful as it can be. So she's kind of very nature. She's creative, but she's also very nature driven. As you can see, he's creative as well, but he tends to destroy everything he makes because out of the kingdom. And then we go over to Robin. Robin's had a better life than Rosa. Robin has had a wonderful man who is named Frank Rose. Turns out Ivy Rose had a sibling, and his name was Frank. And Robin ran into him. And over the passing of Ivy, they fell in love. And he was a soulmate, so he always wanted to fall in love anyway. So they fell in love. They had their 2 kids, which are Roll and Cynthia. Cynthia Rose and Roll Mace. I stole Roll's name from Animal Crossing in case you didn't get that reference, but he's named after the penguin Roll from Animal Crossing. Over to the Barrier family. Jessica is also reached old age. She also has been bitten, by the way, so she's also dealing. She was bitten forever ago, though. She was bitten back when Scott died. So she and Scott were bitten in the battle together, and she's been prolonging it longer as Pratt has. And I don't know how she made it this far, or Pratt for that matter, but she's kind of retired. She's kind of she gave all her supplies to her children, her grandkids, and her daughter's husband. She has no idea. She has no idea Pratt is alive because she has not been to Burlington Bay. She has not. The crew that went to Burlington Bay and the crew that went to Winter Spring kind of have separated. They have no idea what has happened to the other of their crew. She's given all her she sees herself as I'm done. I live to an old age. I die now. It's okay. So she took all her supplies. She gave it to her son-in-law, which is Jeff Barrier, who, yes, he has had, okay, so Jeff, let me explain Jeff. Jeff is a soulmate. He knows that, but he has amnesia. All he remembers was his first name was Jeff, and that he woke up in a hospital I think he woke up in a hospital in Newcrest. So he woke up in a hospital in Newcrest after all that kind of stuff went down there, and he realized he was all alone and there was just zombies everywhere. So he made his way all the way from Newcrest to Oasis Springs, somehow not getting bit. He went with no supplies, and he then ran into Justice. They met at this bar while she was gathering supplies, and they fell in love. And she kind of nursed him through his amnesia, and they fell in love under the pretense that he was nursing her. And they had their first two twins, which are Mona and Kane. And then they had they recently had a daughter named Ari. Ari kind of now Mona takes Jeff's kid. He got Jeff's genetics from here. Kane got Scott and Justice genetics, and Ari got her grandmother's genetics. So that's interesting, but let me just read their bio real quick. Justice Gold, she's lived her life, and she's glad to see her daughter Justice having a nice family. With the guy she met at, not the bar, grocery store. They met at a grocery store. She met at a grocery store, raiding a grocery store. During this whole apocalypse, they fell in love while shooting zombies, and they punched out the kids, Kane, Ari, and Mona. I didn't go into the amnesia thing in their description because I didn't want it to be spoiler territory. If people like see these before I post it. So, but that's them. They're they're a very cute couple. And I think I'm okay. So I just need to do these the very far. Okay, so wait. And this is the length. Now the real sad part. So both Nadia and Ramana married Vexio. So remember how Nadine killed Lydia? Well, turns out she figured out while talking with Lydia, that Lydia was hiding that she had been bitten on the arm, and she wanted to protect everyone and was aware that if she did it the way she did it, she would become the bad guy. So she gave Lydia the virus to have the people be forced to kill her because she knew any other way she'd be putting the group in danger. That's why she pulled her aside. And she thought she was saving the crew, and everybody hated her for that. And she knew that was what was going to happen. Dexio had a crush on Lydia, so when Dexio confronted her for an explanation, she explained her side of the story, and Dexio forgave her, and eventually they kind of fell in love. And then they punched out their 3 kids, which are Ian, Heather, and Angel. Now, Angel is true to her name. Angel's a perfect little angelic toddler. Heather is she dresses and kind of acts like she's a 1960s housewife. And for good reason. Her mother was also bitten, as was her father, and they're slowly dying. So Heather is acting like Heather's trying to kind of take care of her siblings because she knows her parents won't be around forever, and then they're probably going to end up in an orphanage if they can't save them. They're delaying their transformation with first aid spray, but it will happen unfortunately. This virus is waiting to they have nothing to protect themselves at this point. Ian's kind of a little brat, and he hates that his sister, who is a little younger than him, basically acts like she's in charge. He hates it. And then, like I said, he knows what to do. But that's all of the crew. So that's all of the crew. Like I said, people are slowly turning. We're going to lose a lot of people after this point. It's going to be sad because a lot of people in the time that I was not playing them while I was playing with other families were unfortunately bitten. So there are going to be a lot of deaths. But we're going to continue to go back to our crew, the crew we're starting with, which are in Bristleton Bay, because like I said, it is what's his name? Romaro. Romaro, it is his birthday. He is literally about to age up. That's why we're starting with them. And we're especially starting with them because I had to explain the whole situation with Ricky. Because if I came in and didn't start with them, you were probably gonna be like, where's Ricky? Well, Ricky's dead. He died. He died. He had a drink. Was talking a lot. But he died, unfortunately, like I said, of the virus. He is no longer not the virus. He killed himself with poison. And he did a whole Romeo and Juliet style thing. He basically, do not take a piece of that cake. But he basically did the whole Romeo and Juliet thing. He basically, he gave himself the remainder of the vial of poison that he gave to Masami because he couldn't bear to live without her. This was very, very recent. So, like, Masami died, I think, a day ago, and then last night he realized... Yeah, so the previous day, Masami died, and then just last night, Ricky was like, I can't do this anymore. Romaro will have to take care of the kids because I can't bear to live without Masami. And the reason Ricky took that path out is, as you remember, Ricky lost 3 women in his life. Technically, him and Danny broke up, but they were still really good friends. Danny's dead. Linda is also dead, and that was the second woman in his life. Obviously, I think Danny died first, and then Linda, or vice versa. I can't remember exactly, but they both died, so he was very sad about that. And then Masami entered his life, and she was dealing with her zombie turning for a while, and then of course was forced to kill her, and that just kind of put him over the edge. So we're gonna have him just make a wish because he's got a lot to deal with. He's inheriting a lot of problems. So I think he's gonna go ahead and make a wish for a better life, especially because now he's taking care of his little sister and his not really niece and nephew. I'd say they're more his adopted siblings. Oh yeah, also he's got a custom aspiration, which is the base him in all drugs aspiration. Like I said, he's not had the best life. Hates children. He's erratic. He's a psychonaut with the sim wants to experiment with altered states of consciousness. So basically, he would like to do drugs, and I think we're gonna make his last trait high maintenance. Actually, no. Sheila's after what Sheila's been through, she's pretty high maintenance now. So I don't think we need another high maintenance him. So let's make him a sweet talker.
Whoa!
I feel like he'd be a sweet talker.
Whoa!
And this is also a custom trait, by the way. Okay, we're gonna put that in. Should we age up anybody else? Because it's gonna be hard to do 3 kids and 1 adult. Oh well, never mind. He took a piece of cake, so never mind. But yeah, that's that. That's them. Now the thing is, the reason I did enough gap that I added so many kids is because one of the biggest things about the Zombie Apocalypse update is the mod allows children to become zombies now. So that's what I meant by the virus has mutated. Children are no longer immune from the virus. So, voting is closed. Rock your body. Okay, well, I didn't know voting was open, so I guess we had apparently we missed out on that. That's okay. We're not here for eco living. We're here for zombies. So, but yeah, basically that's that with them really.
Rona.
They're just kind of watching a movie. They've kind of just been living off this abandoned mansion. Really, this is really what it is. This abandoned mansion. Like I said, they have their own. The kids now can do more things. They will be essential players in this now, so they have a whole bunch of supplies that I've given them. You need to pee. Should I worry about your needs? I mean, I'm really about to go into another household, so.
So
how long have I been doing this? Because that was all I've been doing 25 minutes of explanation. That's sad. I mean, like I said, I had to get you all caught up. So actually, you know what? Don't even bother with their needs. I'm just going to say I'm going to manage worlds. But we're going to start with another family. The crew that I think I'm going to start with, though, for now this segment, the reason I started with them is because, like I said, Ricky's story needs explanation. I mean, okay, granted, because of how this series has gone and because of kids, there's a little more than a normal Let's Play, but this isn't a normal Let's Play. This is literally an apocalypse series, and I figure having families and whatnot that these Sims can have the next generation, considering people are prone to die in the series, makes it so that we can continue after people have died off. So, actually, real quick, because I know both of them are infected, I'm just going to add a governess to their family. Alright, so this is who I added. She's an adult. Her name is Anne Hegatree. She's going to be their new governess. Hegatree. I'm sorry, Hegatree. There's no H. But Anne Hegatree, she's going to be their governess, take care of their kids, basically. And then Jessica's not... so losing a death of a friend. Like I said, she's either going to go out by old age or she's going to go out by zombie virus. One of those. as I said though, she's already pretty much past her prime. She knows that she doesn't got much time left. Her kids are all are so much older. Okay, go home. You're not home. You're in front of your house, but you're not. Okay, well, I guess we're going home now. Now, okay, so I should probably explain. Jessica actually is only like, I want to say 63 at this point in time, but because of she's been delaying the zombie virus thing from killing her, she's kind of in a situation where she's shortened her lifespan. She's not going to live to see like her 80s. And she's aware of that, and she's aware, as long as she doesn't go out as a zombie, she's pretty okay with that. Justice is not an adult yet. I'm going with the idea that you're when the Sims are an adult, they're like 30, 50, they're like 40, 50, like 35 to 45, like 35 to 45, or like or like 40 to 50. And then like elder is like 60 to 80, depending on how, and then if the elder lives past like a little bit past the glowy thing, then they're like going into their like 90s. But it also depends on how long the lifespan you play on. I usually play on long and normal, but for this particular save file, I believe it's on short, so that's the thing. But the idea is that she's in her, I believe, her 60s. So, and she's only like 63, I think. So she's not going to live for much longer. She didn't get, she unfortunately did not get the life she wanted, but she at least got to see her old age. Jessica still got a bit. This guy is, like I said, he existed, so he's technically got some lived-in time. He's got 12 days before he ages up. Same with the kids. She's already got 3 days before she ages up. Mona actually just aged up, so she doesn't have any of that. And then Kane is the oldest, so he has 6 days before he ages up. So we're gonna have you go here. You can go here, and you can go here. Do I have a toddler room? Come to think of it, do I technically have a room for a toddler? Because this is the base game, so I don't think there is a room set up for. Yeah, there's no room set up for a toddler. There is a room, thankfully, for both. There is enough rooms for both the parents and grandparents, so I think we're just gonna turn this room over here into a toddler room. The barriers are having that problem where they're not super poor. Obviously, they got quite a bit of money, but weapons are expensive, so it's not a lot to basically have some left over. But they do have a lot of supplies. Obviously, Ari doesn't because she's a toddler, but like she has 57 handgun ammo, and then a zombie survival handgun, and then 44 of those. He's got 53 and a handgun. He doesn't have any protective stuff. He's got so much. Like, look at this. He's got so much. He's prepared. And then she hasn't got the newest thing, which is the assault rifle, but that's okay. She's only got her first aid spray because she wants to go out of old age, because she doesn't want to end up like how Scott did. And as far as she knows, she has no idea whether Pratt is alive or not at this point. So as far as she knows, because she has not seen Pratt since he was a teen, that he could be dead. Obviously, in her relationship pool, she would still know Pratt, right? She would know Pratt, right? Obviously, I mean, she knows Scott. But do you not know Pratt? Wait a minute. Oh, there he is. Okay, I was gonna say, she knows, obviously she still knows Pratt. She knows him, but she doesn't know if he's dead. Because it's her son. I can't make her not know him. I mean, that would require some serious cheating to remove that relationship. But, so technically she still knows him, but she doesn't know whether he's dead or not. Oh, we completed Ray Bait Day. Oh, cool. But yeah, we're gonna have them all go inside. just because it's safer inside. I don't even know why they weren't on the lot. Sorry to cut this so abruptly. I realized the video got kind of long, so I'm going to actually go ahead and I'm going to end this one here, guys. I love you all, my beautiful lovelies, and I will see you all in the next one. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. I shall see you soon. Bye!